There is a moment in every industry when one company stops competing within the rules and starts rewriting them entirely. For the semiconductor world, that moment may have arrived, and it is coming from the last direction anyone expected. Excavators and material hauling trucks have begun moving across land surrounding Giga Texas, breaking ground on a chip manufacturing facility with a price tag of $25 billion, and ambitions that, if even partially realized, would place Tesla alongside TSMC, Samsung, and Intel as one of the defining forces in global semiconductor production. This is the story of Terafab, what it is, why it exists, and what it would mean for the future of Tesla, SpaceX, XAI, and the entire chip industry if Elon Musk pulls it off. To understand why Terafab exists, you have to understand why buying chips from other companies is no longer a viable long-term strategy for Musk's ecosystem. If Tesla needed just a few thousand additional chips for vehicle production, the solution would be straightforward. Negotiate new contracts with TSMC or Samsung, pay a premium, and wait for delivery. But that is no longer the scale of the problem. Tesla is no longer an electric car company that happens to use sophisticated chips. It is a company building autonomous robotaxis, humanoid robots, and AI infrastructure. And every single one of those products runs on specialized semiconductors that the existing global supply chain may not be able to deliver fast enough, cheaply enough, or in sufficient volume. According to statements made by Elon Musk at the Terafab announcement event, all existing chip manufacturing capacity on Earth today can currently meet only approximately 2% of the AI chip demand that the combined ecosystem of Tesla, SpaceX, and XAI is projected to require in the coming years. That figure, if accurate, reframes the entire logic of Terafab. This is not a company trying to save money on components. This is a company that has concluded the global semiconductor industry, as currently structured, cannot support what it is trying to build. The scale Musk has described for Terafab is worth dwelling on because it challenges conventional thinking about what a single company can attempt. The stated target is 1 terawatt of computing capacity per year, a figure that, for context, is roughly double what the entire United States power grid represents in scale. At an assumed 250 watts per chip, reaching 1 terawatt of annual computing capacity would require Terafab to produce approximately 4 billion chips per year. That is not the output of a vehicle manufacturer adding a chip division. That is the output of a global industrial infrastructure. The facility's long-term footprint has been described as potentially reaching 100 million square feet of total floor space, approximately 10 times the size of Giga Texas, and dwarfing campuses like Apple Park at 2.8 million square feet, or Microsoft's Redmond headquarters at 8 million square feet. In terms of production, the announced roadmap describes an initial phase of 100,000 wafers per month, scaling toward a long-term ambition of 1 million wafers per month at full capacity, a figure that would approach roughly 70% of TSMC's current global output. These numbers invite serious scrutiny, and they deserve it. Tesla has never operated an advanced semiconductor fabrication facility. Building chips at the 2-nanometer node, the level Terafab is reportedly targeting, is an entirely different discipline from assembling electric vehicles or casting aluminum structures. A leading-edge chip fab requires ultra-clean rooms maintained at molecular precision, extreme ultraviolet lithography machines that cost hundreds of millions of dollars each, atomic-level material control, highly specialized engineering expertise built over years of operational experience, and yield rates high enough to avoid catastrophic capital waste from defective wafer batches. These are not challenges that ambition or capital alone can solve quickly. They require deep institutional knowledge, which is precisely where Intel enters the story. Intel's reported involvement in Terafab is arguably the most strategically important element of the entire project. Intel brings what Musk cannot manufacture through speed or first principles thinking alone: decades of semiconductor fabrication experience, engineering talent that understands how theoretical chip designs become mass-produced products, and operational infrastructure for the kind of high-yield, high-volume production Terafab's ambitions demand. If the partnership holds, Intel's role transforms Terafab from a bold but speculative announcement into a project with a credible path to execution, even if the timeline remains aggressive. Based on the announced timeline, AI-5 chips are expected to enter limited production around 2026, followed by mass production in 2027, with AI-6 and AI-7 generations following, at shorter intervals as the manufacturing process matures. Terafab's initial phase near Giga Texas is not intended primarily as a production facility. It is an industrial testing and integration hub. By co-locating chip development with vehicle manufacturing, Tesla can evaluate new chip designs not only in laboratory conditions, but in actual operating environments, inside vehicles, inside Optimus units, on production lines, and in real-world driving scenarios. That feedback loop, from chip design through production testing to real deployment, is precisely what external suppliers cannot offer Tesla, because no external supplier builds Tesla's products. The learning cycle this enables, if managed effectively, could compress development timelines in ways that purchasing from TSMC or Samsung simply cannot replicate. The constraints on Terafab are real and should not be minimized. The facility will require enormous sustained investment in land, water, electrical infrastructure, precision equipment, supply chains, and engineering talent over a timeline measured in years, not quarters. The robotaxi and Optimus programs cannot wait indefinitely for Terafab to reach production scale. Tesla will continue relying on external chip suppliers through its most critical near-term growth phase. And the competitive landscape is not static. TSMC, Samsung, NVIDIA, and a growing field of AI chip designers are all advancing simultaneously. But the strategic logic underneath Terafab, that control over chip design and manufacturing is not a vendor relationship to be managed, but a core capability to be owned, is the same logic that drove Apple Silicon, the 4680 cell, and the GigaPress. Giga Texas is the starting point. Intel is the first structural partner. And the question Terafab ultimately poses to the semiconductor industry is not whether Musk can build the world's largest chip factory. It is whether he can build the right one at the right time to ensure that the most ambitious technology ecosystem on Earth is never again limited by what the rest of the world chooses to supply.